Hey guys, welcome to the Into the Microwave Oven podcast. Here today are your hosts. This is Juniper and Kirann. Juniper has no idea what we're doing. Actually, she does. She just can't say it into words. But we're gonna be talking about school anecdotes or school stories. We did not steal this from anywhere. No, it's not like there's any YouTube animators doing this like 5 years ago or anything. But you know what? I thought it would be a good idea because Juniper is going to the 50,000th grade. And I think she'd appreciate it if some mentor who's been to school for 1,500 million years, that's not even a number, if I gave her some stories of me being dumb, parents or loved ones, I've done things. not entirely bad things. I was just a little bit spunky, honestly. In order to do this with full confidence and privacy, that's the word, we're gonna be giving different names for the people we're talking about. And I think if we get up to it, we can do like 3 stories each. I doubt we could do that, but if time allows, we can go over the 30-minute time limit I set for myself. But you know what? It's fine. Let's do this. Juniper, do you want to start first? Do you have anything on the top of your head?
On the top of my head, I'd say, so this was back in like 60 millionth grade, right?
Wow.
It was my first day. This is like, new school. There was lockers. And
wow, lockers in the school.
And my locker was away from like, so the school is organized in wings per grade. I was in the grade of, my locker was in the grade above
the first.
Sure, yeah.
The grade above the first. No, not second grade, but in that school. Go on.
So my classes, I didn't know where they were. So, I started looking for my class, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure I can find it. Little did I know, I started going crazy looking for it. So I met up with another classmate. I totally forgot their name. I am so sorry.
That's fine.
So we started looking for the room. The bell rings. We started panicking already. After like 5 minutes or so, a teacher, he pokes his head out through the door. He's like, "You ladies need anything?" We're like, "We're looking for a room, blah, blah, blah." He's like, "That's my room." And then coincidentally enough, it was right next to my locker.
Wow. Is this science class?
No, it's home ec.
Home ec. You're so good. Can you read signs? Because we did like orientation the other day, and we got like the map to the whole school, and I was looking at her schedule, and in one of the periods we were looking for the Spanish classroom, and we kept passing it. Like we passed it the first time because I got cocky. I was like, "Oh, this is a Spanish hallway," and I thought all the Spanish classes were there, which is wrong apparently. Her Spanish room is a history room apparently. And I didn't know it would be in that hallway, so I kept looking at her like at her calendar, and I kept looking at the wing letter, and I was like, "What? Where is it?" Apparently, it was the hallway next to it, and I was like, "Why is it in a history room?" Anyway, you found it. Did you like? What about the next few days? Did you like find your classes pretty easily? Like, did you memorize where everything was already?
Yeah, but then there's this one time, right? It's still the first day, the same day, right? If you don't know, our school, there are different classrooms. I was looking for math. There's like 2-3 math teachers in there, right?
So you need like 5 teachers to teach math.
So, I was pretty lost. This is like second period. First period, we actually had like an orientation speech or whatever, right?
Ugh. I hate orientation speeches. They talk about like puberty.
So I'm looking for my classroom, right? And then not my teacher, but this random teacher, right? She's like, "What class are you looking for? Who's the teacher?" I'm like, "Math." That's it. Just math.
That's it? Just math?
I mean, eventually she did help me find my teacher.
Girl, what do I even say? What do I even say? Miss Math? Miss Math. Her name is Miss Math. Can you please talk about one of your teachers that you call Miss Lifestyle?
Okay, so this is the same teacher coincidentally.
This is pre-COVID, by the way.
Yes, it is pre-COVID.
Oh my god.
So I have this teacher, right? I'm pretty sure I was too judgmental and harsh on her, though.
I don't know.
She I call her Miss Lysol because she is a major germaphobe.
Like, not disrespecting anyone who's a germaphobe or has like extreme mental illness with that, but like, oof. She sprayed everything. She kept the windows open, right? Like, it would be winter and she'd leave the windows open.
She's like, so the air can circulate and the bacteria can get out. And I'm like,
this is like pre-COVID, all right? And apparently, every time someone gives her a paper, does she like Lysol spray it?
What? No, during when she grades tests, she actually wears, those gloves.
Oh my gosh.
She wore gloves?
She wore gloves. And I think every teacher, every teacher would go to her if they needed some kind of cleaning supply, because she had all of them.
She had a whole cabinet. There'd be like every semester, right? She had like this whole chug of what's it called? Hand sanitizer, right?
Oh my gosh.
And like every semester, no matter how full it is, she would replace it. And I'm like, what is she doing?
We're not like shaming anyone, but I don't know. I feel like if you were in a teaching profession, you wouldn't, like, if you consciously know you had a problem with germs, why would you work with kids? I'm just saying, I have a problem with kids. Not because I'm a germaphobe, but because I don't like kids, right? So why would I consciously become a teacher if I had a problem with kids? These are like gross. This is when people are at the tip of their puberty, so they're like body odor and disgusting.
We're all sweaty people there.
Oh my god,
it was horrendous.
I mean, like, I'm not shaming anyone for this, but I wouldn't work with kids if this is like a fear you have. But I mean, she's laughing now because COVID happened a year later.
Yeah, true. Like a year or two later, yeah.
Oh my gosh. No, it was a year and a half.
Oh.
You were in the 8,000th grade. If y'all know her, don't expose her, because I'm pretty sure this is like a school joke, right?
Mm-hmm. But then, what's it called?
If she stumbled on this, would she know who we are?
No. I was back of the class kid, dude, really quiet, barely participated.
That is fine.
What's it called? But then, sometimes I'd feel bad because I had a gym the period before that, and a lot of other people in my gym class had class with me, which right after with her, right? So it's just like a quarter to like a third of the class just came from a gym.
Oh my god.
We're all sweating, we're all sticky.
Disgusting.
And she's like just looking at us like we're the most foul thing she's ever seen.
Ew.
I mean, I get it, but
it's gross. It's gross,
is.
man. It's gross. Y'all gross teenagers.
Ew.
Okay, so I have this music teacher. I'm not gonna expose his name. I'm just gonna call him He's my music teacher, so I'm gonna call him Mr. Musica. There's no reason why it's Spanish. It's just Mr. Musica. And I had this classmate, right? So I was this protege or something. Like, I have no instrumental kind of experience, but when it came to like pianos or guitars, like I had this kind of like, we were using GarageBand, and I just know which notes sounded okay together, or like which tracks in GarageBand would sound mashed up. And he like praised me every time. I loved it, obviously, but it felt, I don't know, it felt a little bit too pressury, but I still love him. He's one of my favorite teachers. But there was this other kid in my class. I'm gonna call him Carlos. I'm gonna call him Carlos. And so he was just the class clown, you know. Clowns aren't even funny anymore at this time. Please don't be a class clown. If you're conscientiously a class clown, stop, okay? Just stop. You're just giving everyone a hard time. No one finds you funny. Stop. I am shaming you. I'm not shaming Miss Lysol. I'm shaming Carlos right now. Carlos, you suck. You gave him such a hard time, okay? If you ever hear this, you know who the heck you are. You barely even knew me, but you... Why? What compels you to be this way? Anyway, so Carlos, when Juniper came in a few years later, she had the same teacher, Mr. Musica, and apparently, this is how I found out there was a chart. Apparently me, Kirann, was the top of the chart, and the standard was Carlos to Kirann. Okay.
Yikes.
It was a yikes. So if you impressed him, you'd be on the Kirann side. If you annoyed him, you'd be on the Carlos side.
Yeah.
And like, I was appalled when I heard this. I was like, you're really using us as a system of how well your students are behaving or how good they are with their music? Like, I'm not shaming you, Mr. Musica, but I just found it so...
Appalling.
It was so funny. I hear this and I'm like, you really put me at that high of a standing to actually make me into the highest chart level? Like, Juniper was really good at music too. I think you went on the Kirann side, did you?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. No musical experience, but we made it. We made it, Juniper.
It's because I got long fingers. Yeah.
Long, gross fingers. I'm kidding. The microphone is like peeking.
Okay, wait. Can we talk about this one teacher?
Oh no. Which
wait,
one?
Spanish.
Spanish. Which Spanish teacher? Oh, Miss. We're gonna call her Senora Carr. Senora Coche.
No. We're calling her Senora Juice.
Senora Juice.
Because of her last name.
Just because it sounds like juice. Anyway, Senora Juice. Oh my gosh. Why are you like this?
Me?
No, Senora Juice. Okay, Senora... I had her in one of my later Spanish classes. I had her in my last Spanish class, right? So I was already like pretty much one of the best Spanish speakers, right? I'm like at the highest level you could ever be in if you want to have all those credits, unless you wanted to be like really cool and take it for another year. So when we were doing remote learning, they chose a couple of teachers to be in specific subjects, and it was that teacher for the whole entire grade system that they had. So the youngest, which is in a different school, and it was this whole district of schools into separate teachers, and most of the teachers were high school teachers. So Juniper, she got Miss Senora Juice.
I hate her so much. Oh my god.
So I was in a higher grade level, and she was and Juniper was in Spanish 1.
2.
1. Spanish 2?
Oh, yeah, no.
You were in
Spanish
Spanish 1B, and when I had her, had Spanish 3 honors. So she graded Juniper the way she would grade a Spanish 3 honors. They don't even know how to say freaking hello. Why are you grading them this way?
She would grade us as if, we were
experts.
Yeah, Kirann's
level.
age.
Yeah.
But then she would compare us to her 9-year-old son.
Her 9-year-old son! Do I look 9 to you? Oh my gosh, please. My ears. No, look, so she would expect you to be very good at Spanish, regardless of what level you're at, but also treat you like a kindergartner. She would give you kindergarten work and talk to you as if you were in kindergarten. Why? Stop talking to us like we're in kindergarten. We're old. We're teenagers. You know what pisses teenagers off the most is when you don't take them seriously while also giving them the work of a college student.
Okay, so on that note, she advocates
for mental health. Mental health. She gives the most work out of all the classes. Forget geometry honors. Forget trigonometry honors. Forget AP psychology. She gave the most work.
I am in honors in like most of my classes, right? I have not had that much work. Ever.
Why? You're not supposed to have giving us more work than my AP psychology class, which has a lot of work. What is this? What is it? What is with her? And she would want you to color sheets in freaking the computer. She wants it colored. If it's not colored, she's taking away so much points. And she grades these as if they're your quizzes or something. I don't understand. Why? Miss Senora Fruit, if you're hearing this, why? Like, I liked your Zumba every Friday. That was freaking fun.
I didn't have that.
Because you were remote. But, what? Why? We're on our computers for the second half of the year, and you're giving us homework that lasts an hour to do every day. I had 20-minute videos, and you had to be paying special attention to the Spanish.
Oh,
and you had to know every question.
So, for my class, we're going through those awkward years where it's like,
ew,
we don't want to show our faces and everything.
And you don't know, like, the situation at home. I hate the camera thing. I know that sometimes students aren't doing the work, but it would show up in their grades, not in the cameras. We've thought of ways to get around the camera thing. You'd think that she wouldn't care about the cameras because some people have privacy issues. 1. 2, some people have like screaming children in the background, or their actual family is right there. They don't want to see your house. There's a difference between being in school and having your face in camera because you're in an environment which you expect privacy. You don't want your teacher to know what you're doing throughout the day or what your family is doing.
Also, I can show my face and not pay attention. It's happened before, actually.
It's really easy to make it look like you're paying attention. We've been in school for so long. If we just look fascinated enough, good. And the glare on my glasses, like I have glasses on, so I have a glare every time they ask for face. And they don't even notice that my eyes are closed. Senora Fruit, why? Please, just tell me, why do you advocate for mental health? Why are you in the Interact Club to hurt us this way? Do you know how long I've had to cry in your class just because I can't understand not in your class, but during homework. Like, I have other classes to do. I don't have to stay up until midnight to be doing this because I have other classes, you know? I have art class, and that takes long enough already. And it's not like I'm even procrastinating. I also have to study for tests for hours. I can't do this all the time. What are you, like, you advocate for mental health, and yet, you give out the most work.
I absolutely hate her. Like, not to be mean, I try my best to be nice, but I feel sorry for her spouse.
I feel sorry for her children. If she's that intense in school, how intense is she at home?
Oh my god.
Okay, I'm gonna talk about me now.
Okay.
So I have this friend. His name is Jordan. I'm not giving his actual name. But there was this one time in badminton where we got so bored because it was just one-on-one matches and like tournament was over, so it was just kind of like a filler day. And we would play against the other team on our knees. The other team would be like standing and we would be stumbling on our knees. Just laughing because we can't get the freaking birdies. It was a great time. Don't you ever do that just for fun? No. Me and my friend, she's my best friend, her name is Bailey. Not really, but Bailey, if you listen to this, I love you. But look, me and Bailey were the champs, right? This is when we were younger and we were pretty good. We can even like hold our own against the freaking actual gym teacher, okay? We were that good in tournaments where we would, I think the last time we played together, we made it to the semifinals. Not semifinals. We were actually the last two.
Whoa.
So like we were fighting against like the last people, but I don't think we got it because I don't think I was feeling good that day.
Yikes.
It was sad, and that was the last time we played together, and I'm really sad. I miss you. Come back. But look, we were the best, and those years that she's been gone from my school, I have been training with another best, and her name is Lilith. I don't know why I'm calling her Lilith. There's no correlation. But her name is Lilith, and we both had the same weaknesses, so we didn't do as well as me and Bailey did. But the same weaknesses means that I have to work on personal weaknesses. So that also meant that I got better at the things that Bailey was good at. So basically, if we teamed up again against you, Mr. Linguini, if I see you again, I challenge you to a duel, okay? Me and Bailey are going to destroy you because we're that good now. Come back from the rival school, Mr. Linguini. I can't believe you transferred schools to the rival one. Why? I left for a year. Why did you go?
Oh my gosh.
I get really heated with badminton, guys. Badminton and volleyball, I get really heated in because it's my two favorite sports.
Actually, it was 2 years. I had him for a year and then he transferred.
Oh,
making
it
it two, yes.
Oh, frick. I can't believe you. You said you were gonna go against us again one day. Why? Why aren't you there? Bailey was gonna visit me too. We could have went to your school and play against you. But no, where are you? I need to beat you.
Yikes.
You, Mr. Linguini and Mr. Snail, we're going after you. We're gonna win against both of you.
That's thing going on there.
It's a rivalry. Speaking of rivalries, I have this rivalry that has ended a couple years ago with Jordan. And I think it was a one-sided rivalry, but I always thought he was much cooler than I was, so I was just like looking at his artworks and I'm just like, I want to be that good. And now that I think on a technical sense we're on the same level with just very, very different styles, I no longer like, what's it called? Compare? Like, I matured to the point where I don't compare us anymore, so I'm sorry for being really intense towards you, like tsundere, but I really hate tsunderes now. I'm sorry. But, any other stories, Juniper? As you can see, I can get very intense very quickly when it's something that I'm very passionate about. So badminton, art, volleyball, anything really that I'm competitive with, I get really heated very quickly. And I like calm down. You can't, like, I went really intense a couple of seconds ago, but only because I'm in a room with only Juniper, so I felt a little bit more comfortable being a little yelly. But I used to be much more intense than this. There was this one time where me and my friends, so it was me and then there was Landon, and there was this guy, I'm gonna call him Tony. So Tony and Landon, they weren't really friends, but we were in we grouped up for basketball, and there was other people in it, and we were going against this other person, I think. Was it basketball or volleyball? I'm not really sure. So Landon and Tony, we were all like playing basketball, and it was more like, who can shoot the most hoops. And there was this one time where the ball went all the way across the gymnasium, and me and Tony, we looked at each other. We had the same thought, and it was race to the ball and get it before the other could. So we ran so fast to the other side of the gymnasium that Mr. Linguini was looking at the both of us like there was something wrong with us.
Which there is.
And I won, so I screamed very loud, like, like, suck it, Tony! I got the ball! Much faster than you, homie.
Mr. Linguini heard.
Mr. Linguini did hear. What does Mr. Linguini say about me behind my back, by the way? Because I know he knows that we're sisters, but, like, what does he say about me?
I'll leave that up to your imagination.
Oh, please. Oh, come on. Enlighten me. I want to know what he says about me, because me and Landon have this reputation in, like, the intermediate years where we'd meow in the hallways, like, cringe. But that was just kind of how we bonded or something. It was just the two of us doing things. And I think Mr. Ramasham heard us, and we... I think you told me that he heard us.
I had Mr. Ramasham.
Mr. Ramasham.
If you're listening to this, you're great, Mr. Ramasham.
I miss you. I miss you. Me and Landon don't freaking do that anymore, I don't think. But I think we do it occasionally. But what does Mr. Linguini say about me? Because I think he also heard me meowing in the hallways. I'm sorry, guys. I was that cringy kid, okay? There's no such thing as cringe. You guys do what you want to do. But I was new to that school, and I needed a niche. And since me and Landon were good friends, we liked bonding like that. So since we were both weirdos, we just decided to, like, lean into that a little bit more, you know?
You had a cat phase.
Anyway, what does Mr. Linguini think about me? Because I know I used to be so weird, and I'm different now, but I just want to know, because I was very yelly. I was a very feisty child, and I would, like, scream at the other competitors out of, like, sheer competitiveness, you know? And people aren't trying hard as I am, but I would be called the try-hard, you know, back then. I'm different now, but the meowing, very smart, really shy kid during class, meowing and screaming in gym, like, what does he think?
He was intimidated by you.
I think you're supposed to be intimidated, someone like 4'11", okay? It's like 4'11", he's like 6'1" or something, I don't know.
No, that's Mr. Schlam. He was...
Oh, that was Mr. Snail?
Yeah. He was like 5'7", I think.
5'7"?
Yeah.
Okay, you cannot be scared of a 4'11" gremlin. Cat-faced gremlin who kept meowing in the hallways, okay? By the way, I'm still really good at meowing, so Landon, if you hear this, you know it's me. I just exposed myself that I could still do it, but I'm better than you. I'm kidding.
This is why he was intimidated by you.
Intimidated in a way that she's very intense, or intimidated in a way like, ugh, she's weird.
First one.
Oh,
Maybe that's why you're the only one who was called by your first name.
why was I actually called by my first name and he called everyone by their last name, especially Juniper? He called her our last name. Why did you get the last name treatment, but I was the only one who got the first name treatment?
I don't know.
Was that a bad thing, or was I his favorite?
I don't know. What did he say?
Did he say I was intense, like word for word? Like he used that word? Intimidated, I mean.
I don't remember. This was like years ago, man. Like,
But he thought I was intimidating. I was 4'11". I'm taller now, but I was 4'11".
not by much.
No, I'm gonna kill you.
Ah.
Don't expose me for the short thing I am. But yeah, I think I was like new to the school, and I didn't want to get bullied for liking anime, so I got bullied for being loud and cat. It was counterintuitive, but I was young, and I'm sorry.
Okay, well,
I'm very sorry to a lot of people you had to witness me.
I kind of have
Period.
this story, but then I was just there to happily witness it. So
Witness what?
so this was around Christmas time, right? It was the day before winter break, Christmas break, holiday break, right?
It was a break, yeah.
Yeah. So so this is in Mr. Ramasham's room, right?
Ramasham. Ramasham.
There
I miss
was
you.
this there was a student, right? Her nickname in the classroom, she was nicknamed Blabby.
Blabby. That's so mean.
Because she would make those comebacks and stuff.
Oh wait, I think Tony also had a nickname in there. No, that was his last name. He just got called his last name, and he was just like, he was also the class clown at one point. I think only in that class though. Every other class he was quiet, so I was just confused. Actually, I think that's how Mr. Linguini felt about me. And Ramasham, they're both like, she's quiet. What happened?
But what's it called? So not to call him out, but then he's both short and bald.
Wow.
So
We love you, Mr. Ramasham.
yeah, but he's really cool. He'd tell these stories and everything. It was real nice.
Bro, were the stories real? Because I love those stories.
I want to hear the alligator one.
Yeah, she wasn't there for the alligator one. I was there for like the other half. She was there for the first half. So we just kind of like combined the story.
Yeah, but then Blabby gave him a Christmas gift, right?
Oh no, I know this.
And we all thought it was so sweet because that was out of her character in the classroom, because she'd always make those witty remarks and everything. But when he opened it, right?
No.
What was in the bag was shampoo, conditioner, and scrunchies. I was a good kid. I gave him fudge, but oh my gosh,
Blabby, why? Why are you actually like this? You and Carlos deserve a special place in the back of the room. I'm just saying. Like in the corner.
But
in jail.
But she wasn't like this in and any of the other classes. Just with Ramasham.
Oh, I mean, I would do that to Senora Fruit.
Yeah,
I would do that kind of thing to Senora Fruit. But Mr. Ramasham is sweet. He's nice. He's actually like one of those really cool English teachers, you know, the ones that you really want to get. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Why? You don't have to disrespect him this way.
Poor Ramasham.
Ramasham. You didn't deserve that. I remember this one time we were doing like a free write and I wrote something a little troubling and he pulled me to the side of the classroom and talked to me about it, and I love him for that. Thank you for that. It was nice. I still remember. It wasn't about me personally. It was about my friend and how much thingy was going on. It was just like drama and I was tired. And he was like making sure I was okay. So I appreciated that.
I had him last year, right? He's real cool. So he's like, yes, write this vent, right? You can vent to me because this was at the beginning of like, you know, COVID, right?
Oh.
So he's like, okay, you guys can vent for a grade, which I did, and he's like, oh, I totally understand where you're coming from. You got this, and I felt really happy.
Better than the therapists in that school. Better than the counselors, I mean. Like, the counselors in my school, like, at this moment, they're very good. They know how to do their job. But the counselors in the previous school, yikes.
Yikes.
That's why Mr. Ramasham was there. He's there. He's the class therapist.
Yeah, huh?
Oh, man. I miss him.
He'd always be like, you know, if y'all are going through anything, you can always tell me.
Rant for a grade. I would get like 1,000%. There's just too many things. This is a rant, honestly.
And
podcasts are glorified rants.
And there was this time where I didn't I didn't know it was an assignment, so I didn't do it until, you know, he checked up. He's like, hey, you know, is everything okay? Because we're supposed to do this. And, you know, and normally I'm the one who do everything right there and then, right? So he's like, hey, is everything okay? This was due like a week ago, but you didn't do it for some reason. And I'm like, oh my gosh, that's an assignment?
Me too, man. You wouldn't think ranting and getting your feelings out there to like it's a recording, right? He's not like actually right face to face. It's like a recording just so you can get your feelings out, right?
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, I don't like the idea of having it graded because some people just don't want to talk about it, but that's a really good way to get your students to vent to you about things. I mean, having it graded also made it mandatory, so I think in some ways that's a very good idea, but you know, it's nice. I like it. I like that idea, honestly.
And I'm pretty sure he was the one who kickstarted me, like, you know, oh, I thoroughly enjoy writing this way because you know, I send it in one of my, you know, little, you know, short stories for a grade. He's like, wow, this is really good. Can I share it with the class? I'm like, yeah, yay. He makes me feel really happy. Thank you, Mr. Ramasham.
I think Mr. Ramasham is one of my favorites. Like, he's on the top tier, right?
Yeah.
Mr. Ramasham, if you hear this, we appreciate your existence. I have this other story, right? So I was in science class, and it's like living environment, right? So I was pretty young. It was in the school Mr. Ramasham is in, but like a grade above that. So
it's the same grade.
Mm-mm.
Oh, are we thinking
Living environment, biology.
Oh.
So the advanced biology.
Oh.
Those, that stuff like that. And I had this friend that I met over there, and her name is Miranda. And I don't know what came over us, but halfway through the year, we got so comfortable with each other that we were like finished doing this worksheet, and it was like the last worksheet of the day or something, or it was like in the middle of class, and we're just doing kind of nothing. And And we took this fantastic beast somewhere to find it. And she was reading the book, and there's like a poem in that book. And if I could remember it, I think I could read it to you guys. Ow, my hand. But it's over here. Page 119, Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, the original screenplay. The phoenix cried fat tears of pearl when the dragon snapped up his best girl, and the billywig forgot to twirl when his sweetheart left him cold, and the unicorn done lost his horn, and the hippogriff feels all forlorn, 'cause their lady loves have upped and gone, or that's what I've been told. And so on that same year, I got this ring for my mom that I still wear every day. I love you, Mom.
I got the same ring. I also love you.
and so I gave Miranda the ring, right? And we had an idea, and it was like a fake proposal in the middle of biology, and it was beautiful. I still think about it to this day. She like read the poem to me, and with the ring in her hand, she even like did all the whole kneeling thing. I love you, wife. We're not actually together, but I love you, wife. My platonic wife. We're married now.
Oh my god.
I don't know if anyone witnessed it. Miranda, if you listen to this, do you know anyone who actually witnessed this? Because it feels like a fever dream. I remember drawing it. I think I remember drawing it at one point. That whole thing for your birthday. Not like the whole thing, but like a picture. And I think if you didn't know who I was, I think you'll know now. I miss you, Miranda. But yes, that's also where I met my other best friend, Jasmine, the same class. I don't think we met there, actually. I think there was this one time in the lunch line where she came up to me and started talking to me randomly. And like, I didn't know what was up with that, but I was just like, oh, that's nice. She saw I was lonely, and then she talked to me in the lunch line, and then we became friends in like science class. Any other stories, Juniper? Because it feels like I'm talking to myself.
There isn't much. Okay, wait. If you don't know this by now, I'm that weirdo. Yeah, I'm the. I'm really into animals and stuff. I've been into them since I was
nerd.
Yeah, I'm a nerd. I've been into them since before grade school, I think.
At the ripe old age of negative infinity.
Precisely. In 662 grade.
Nice.
I was the what's it called? I was the one knowing everything.
Oh my gosh, I hate knowing everything in that grade.
This is biography and living stuff, right?
Biography! Miss, I know animals. You call it biography.
Biology! What's biography?
Biography is in English. You know,
Oh
my gosh. Did you call biology biography? You
Whatever,
didn't see anything wrong with it too for a good 2 seconds. Juniper. Go on.
Apparently, I was one of the only people who were excelling above the grade of 82.
We made the same noise.
So, the grade average, it was an 82, right? I got 90s and above, except maybe one test.
No, yeah, it was the same for me. I think we had the same teacher too.
Yeah, huh?
I liked him too.
He is a swell.
I'm calling him Mr. Swell from now on. Thank you.
You're so welcome.
Oh my gosh.
You have any stories from Mr. Sewell?
Not really, actually. I just liked him.
I like that class because I can doze off anytime and pop right back in. I know it because it's biology.
It's biology.
It's about animals and stuff like
Juniper
that.
know about biology. She don't even have to be paying attention. Wow, flexing much.
On that note, I hate a lot of the people in my grade.
Yeah, you are in a very bad year. I meant your birth year. I hate your birth year so much.
I do too. What's it called? There's this health class, and I feel really bad for my health teacher, right?
Aww.
Because what's it called? I was actually scared when I went into that classroom because people are saying she's mean and stuff.
She's not mean.
She's not mean. She's strict, yes, a tad strict, but then
I think she's genuinely a sweet person.
Yeah, if you're nice and you submit the work on time.
The bare minimum of a student.
But no, not my class.
Oh my gosh.
It was a class filled of pygmies of
Yikes.
all kinds. And then there would be the stereotypical popular people, and then there would be the jocks, and it would be...
You see, my year, the popular people are mostly like the nerds, and they're nice, like nice nerds, who genuinely was kind.
Well, not this class. It was
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh, I think Pineapple likes you. And oh my gosh, Kyle, don't turn off my computer. Oh,
Stop,
and I'm
you're making me hurt.
And I just sit there jotting down the notes on the computers, and I just... Chaos all around me. I felt really bad for her.
She had to deal with this.
Mm-hmm.
Yikes.
And then, right after that, same class. Mostly the same people. They bullied that poor teacher.
Aww.
It was tech classroom. They practically... No, but then it wasn't.
Oh, we didn't have the same tech teacher,
Yeah.
I remember.
But
I was about to throw hands.
But I still feel bad for him.
My gosh, I think he was nice too.
He was nice.
Oh my God.
Not as nice as the other one, right? He
wasn't
wasn't...
Miss Lava.
He wasn't as fun, right? Sorry, totally forgot your name.
Wow.
But then I only had him for half a year.
Oh yeah, that's you don't know him.
Yeah. But then I feel so bad for him.
Yikes.
He just wanted to do his job, guys.
I do remember my technology class. Good segue, by the way. And I had Miss Lava for the teacher, and she was pretty chill. She let you build things, and I came in from a really rough and tough place. Stereotypically, the neighborhood I was in personally wasn't that bad, but in the place I was in was credited to being more rowdy, And I came in halfway through the year, the second half, and we were making a bridge out of wood glue and sticks that she found, and she'd tell us how to make them and the statistics, not the statistics, but the measurements and how well it's supposed to go on and the whole science of stuff that I don't remember anymore, unfortunately. But I do remember working with this girl whose name was also Juniper. She's really nice. She was one of those popular kids, and she was really nice to me because I was new and I was really quiet. And she instead of working with her best friend, she chose to work with me, but only sit next to her best friend when we're doing projects so that I wouldn't feel lonely and she could still be able to talk to her friend. Which I think her friend felt a little jealous about. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to take your best friend. But we both made a bridge that could have do you remember how many pounds it was? It was heavier than I was. Like
186.
186,
Mhm.
that was the poundage that it broke. So in the end of the unit, right, we would take the bridges we built and we'd put it on this thingy, and on top of it they would keep pouring something into a bucket. Was it sand?
I think so.
Yeah, so you'd pour sand in it, and the strength that it could pull up without breaking is the grade you get according to how well your class personally does it. And we got the highest one of apparently 186. That is heavier than what I am now. That is heavier than most of the people I know. And oh my gosh, she like looked at me. She was like, "What do you have in those city hands, girl?" I'm like, I don't know. I didn't do anything like this except that my dad is really good at building stuff. But like at that point in my life, I wasn't that good at it. Like I didn't really go hands on stuff. You know, I just give him the nails. I do little stuff. And my gosh, I don't know what came over me, but our bridge was really good. I think we beat the whole grade that year. I don't know if anyone's broken that record.
There's this thing, right? We did a marble maze, right?
Oh, I wasn't there for that.
Yeah. But then, and you know, you'd get graded on how good it was and everything, right? So, apparently I got one of the longest times that the marble would, you know,
Something in our city blood, girl.
to complete it, right? And like, you know, it did a little twirly twirl.
Twirly
and-
twirl.
And she gave me so much credit. I think I got like a good grade. Yeah, a high grade.
I think we both did the car thing, right? So it was like we made our own car, did the carving, did the woodwork, and actually like thought about aerodynamics and stuff like that. Aerodynamics? No, I don't think it was that. But like how fast it would go according to what angle and push, thrust, and stuff like that. And I think you and I did really good on that.
Yeah.
I think we were at the top 3, right?
But then what's it called? There's this other thing, right?
we should race each other.
There was this other thing though, where it was what's it called? Where instead of like, you know, an egg and a parachute, it's
Ooh, egg in a car.
car.
We had to make our own miniature cars out of anything, and we had to think about the ergonomics and how comfortable and like airbags and stuff like that. We didn't actually make like airbags or stuff, but we used like cotton balls and bubble wrap and stuff like
and
that.
balloons.
And balloons, so the egg wouldn't crash. And there was like this big slingshot kind of looking thing, but
it was a ramp.
a ramp?
Yeah, it was pretty steep though.
Was it? I feel like she pulled on something and it just like shot. I don't know. I don't remember.
No, it was a ramp.
It was a ramp?
Yeah.
Okay. Very steep ramp. I don't think my egg broke. I think, yeah, my egg was really fine. It was good. What about
Oh,
yours?
Mine was really intact actually. There was a lot of bubble wrap and foam, and there was like this balloon, and it was just wow.
Man, I miss lab
I do too.
technology. That was fun.
Mine was like mystery van almost looking like. Huh.
Wow. That was mean.
What?
I don't know why I said mean. That is wrong. You're wrong. Your boy.
Your boy?
Your boy. Anyway, I think that wraps up because this took a lot of time.
Apparently it did.
Yeah, I guess we had more stories to tell than we let on. Anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed this video. Now go radiate your favorite Hot Pockets and boil some tea. Good night.
Good night.